you're new here, then hi. I am doing this summer collab. It's a fantasy collab with Tracey at miniscenesgb. This idea I had in my head also led to another one, which will be coming up in, I don't remember, maybe November, possibly, and that's GERTCREATES one. So you will see something in a similar vein, and this is using epoxy resin and some alcohol inks and some really nice sparkle from Temu. Yes, I'm putting quite a bit in. I want it to be nice and creamy. Is that the best description for this? I think it is actually, yeah. It's so shimmery and lush. It's so nice, it's so pretty. But obviously not enough for me. I wanted more, so I added some more. I've had my epoxy resin on my heat mat in separate cups, A and B, so that I can get most of the majority of the bubbles out. And by the time I actually remembered that they were still sat there and I was finished faffing, it was clear as a bell. And I don't always use the whole amount that's in the cups. This way, I don't have a reaction to it. It doesn't, what's that word I'm looking for? Oh, here we go again. Exothermic reaction? Oh my god, where the heck did that come from? I think I might be possibly right. I might have said it slightly wrong, but I think you'll get the gist of what I'm trying to say. It won't go to hell if I'm not right. So yeah, I only pour out majority of what I need. And with this, I've got to squish it a lot because it's got lots of cavities. And I don't want to have too many bubbles. It doesn't matter if I do get a bubble, I can cover it with something because I'm going to be using quite a few things in this one. I'm using epoxy resin, I'm using polymer clay, I'm using UV resin, I'm using a sparkly matte. There is a word for that. I don't know what that word is right now. Oh my god. It's a piece of silicone that's all nice and crystally, and you put it on top of your resin and it makes sparkles. There. Oh god, it'll come to me at some point, probably when I'm actually re-watching the video with everybody else. Yeah. And I'm also going to be using some moss, some dried flowers, and a little tiny butterfly. Because why not? It's not going to be massive, but it is going to be pretty. Oh, and I'm also going to use light. So yeah, kitchen sink is thrown in. So I've poured the rest into this silicone mat mould. Nope, silicone coaster mould. There we go. And I've put the pink in first, and then I'm putting in blue alcohol ink, and I think they were from Amazon. And I'm just letting it bleb out. So I don't want this to be any sort of bloom. I'm not attempting a bloom. You never know, it might actually work out as a bloom because I'm not trying, but I doubt it. And I've put in white, and there will be purple, I think. I don't know, I put more in the pink, in the blobs of white. I just wanted to make this strange, I don't know, like I won't say whirligig, it's not a whirligig. Spirally type of pattern. Well, to be fair, resin does what resin does, and it'll make whatever pattern it blooming one likes. Because I'm not heating it up or waiting for it to warm up before I start putting everything in. I just want to let it do its do. And there will be a quick time lapse of it just going splurge. And I like it, it's pretty. It looks pretty when it happens. It's like magic. And I've put a little bit of the dark blue into the crystal because I want the crystal to be darker at the bottom. Now I have already got a blue one, but I wanted to make a pink one because I wasn't sure which one I was going to use. So, although you're watching me do a pink one, I do go ahead and use the blue one. But I also have other crystals that will be coming up. And oh my days, they are so hard to get out. They are really hard. And I don't show you me emptying them all out of their moulds, but I do show you a trick with one. Most of us know what this trick is, but I just find it easier than the alcohol. It doesn't make it as easy to demold these ones because they're so small. And I'm just going around in a swirly pattern. Don't know why I'm bothering, because like I said, it'll do what it feels like, but it does look nice. But that's going to get covered up. It really is. Because one, I'm going to spray alcohol just like I just did there to get rid of any existing bubbles, and because I'm about to put on Druzy. There you go, it's a Druzy mould. Crumbs. See, I told you it'd come to me eventually. So here we go. There it is, nice and sparkly. And that just all went straight into the middle, but because I'm putting this on and I'm trying to get it central, and I did spray the Druzy with alcohol before I put it down, but it looks like there's lots of bubbles in there, and that's what I'm pointing at. Don't be fooled, it's not bubbly at all. And I'm just poking at it. I said it won't sink, but I don't want it to keep moving around. So now I'm filling up these tiny crystal moulds, and I've got them in a pot just in case they tip over. Because I am clumsy with these and I can't find my square mould, my cube. I usually wedge them in the cube mould, and I can't find it. I've tied it up again. So it's in a tidy place. I just can't remember where that tidy place is. I have about 4 cubbies, 4 drawers, whatever you want to call them, full of moulds, then a couple of calyx things. Oh dear. I surprised myself here by actually aiming in the holes. I didn't think I'd get it straight away, but I did quite well. I made it a bit too much at the top and kept having to bleb some of it down. And this mould you've probably seen before when I made the froggy pond. I made like little stones with sand and resin, UV. Well, I'm doing the same sort of principle, obviously without sand, but I'm making like little step stones, and I'm going to make them into sort of runes. And I do apologise, it's right in the corner, but I was on my levelling table and I was fast running out of space, and I didn't want to move anything in case I, well, knocked it all over. And I've got no time to waste. I couldn't be doing waiting for the next lot to cure before I started the other, because once I've got something in my head I need to just get it out and done. And I must say, it's cute. So this is definitely my fantasy summer. In my head it'd be all cute and crystally and on a different planet with creatures, not humans. I really should have put a cat in there somewhere. That would be my kind of fantasy summer. Oh, and not too hot. Like autumn time. That's my favourite season. And again, I'm putting these colours in the bottom just to get it to be darker at the bottom. It kind of blobs everywhere because I'm a messy Nessie. And I tried to use the stick to try and get it to poke down a bit. Didn't work really. But you can see that there's a different colour at the bottom. And I'll make a mess. But at least they are still upright. I think the last time I did this, I knocked quite a few. But while I've got this ink on the top of there, I'm using it to make like fantasy runes in the stepstones. And it works. It does. As long as I have them upside down. Which is fine, because that's where I want them to be. I want them to be upside down as stepstones. Oh, I forgot to say, I'm also going to put some little stones in too. Some little gemstones? Yeah, gemstones. And is there anything else I've missed? Flowers? Oh, a tiny duck. I'm putting a tiny duck in it. But it's no ordinary duck. It's a blue duck. So it's an alien, really. These have cured, but they got stuck together, so I just used some scissors to snip them apart. Easy peasy. So I tried not to overfill them, but obviously I went over. And the crystal clump is very easy to demold. Very easy. I love it. And that slightly bigger crystal is also going to be easy to demold. Now, I have looked at the back. The back's a bit boring, which is fine, because it's this bit I wanted. I mean, look at that. Ah, it's so shiny. It's like a galaxy. Crystal, oh sorry, a crystal galaxy. Do apologise about that. That just suddenly came upon me. This one came out easy peasy, just all done. But these other ones, I had to come off camera to do them because they made me swear. They made me swear a lot. Yes, lots of effing and jeffing, because they were killing me. Look at that, that's pretty. But there's the blue one too. But I definitely preferred the blue one. So yeah, the tops are still a bit tacky because of the ink. So I'll just get it white, but it's fine. And the crystals are slightly soft still, but I find it easier to get them out when they're softer. So yeah, you can see I'm fighting with these, and I'm getting absolutely nowhere at all. And I'm doing lots of muttering and swearing and oh my gods and ouching. So yeah, I get them all out, but this is the one I'm going to show you. And this one you might have a bit of a laugh at, because I'm putting a stick inside, and that's washing up liquid and water. Squish liquid, as I call it, or as Americans call it, dish soap or Dawn soap. So yeah, I'm getting that stick in and poking it and giving it a good smush round inside, and I'm having to wipe the thingy, and it's like in, out, in, and then all of a sudden, after I dry it again, it goes steady. Where's that sound? Where is it going? No, it's not happening yet. Wait, it's coming. Honest, promise. It's coming. Eventually. I put a little bit more in because it wasn't quite squishy enough. And here it comes, or should I say here it goes. Pew! That was me saying bye-bye to it. It just went. I'm like, oh, okay. You did not want to stay on the screen then. Fair enough. But I won't be using all these. But like I said, this one gave me ideas. Now, I started off using a glue gun to put these on. Yeah, I think this glue gun's on its way out. I ended up having to take the orange nub off the end because, well, it's no. It's had enough. It wore on cheap, and I mean cheap. And of course, the glue gun worked for a couple of things, like these, but once I started trying to get these smaller ones to stay up, they weren't having it. Weren't having it at all. And I'm losing my voice again. So I had to pick off the hot glue and go with another option. But this is the bit I need the hot glue gun for, really. And it's going to be like just a little pathway around, like, I'm saying this is like a little crystal pond, with lots of little pretty flowers and butterflies, and yeah. So this is going to be the path. So I'm just placing my room slabs down, and what I'll do is I'll fill it with UV and hope and pray it cures, because it's on a blue mat. Because silly me didn't think to put it on the back of a clear mould. That would have made much more sense. But it is me, and I don't think ahead when I've got an idea. It's just, let's do it. Do it now. Let's get it done. And so yeah, it is stuck on a dark blue background, and it's going to be an absolute pain in the bum to cure. Well, I say that. It's not too bad, I suppose. And I'm just adding the smaller, no, that's not smaller, but the bigger ones on the edge of the pond. So that's like the step to go down onto the path. And I'm just squeeging in my UV, trying to fill up those gaps. And the glue I'll peel off when it's done. And I kind of thought I'd gone over then, and it hadn't gone over at all. It was alright. But any over pour, I can just, well, snip it off. It's fine. So it's all cured now, and I took the glue off. So that bit's done for now. And what I'm going to do is now add on just the little details with a bit of super glue. And obviously at some point I'm going to super glue my finger to something. You'll see it. It's tiny, but I do it. And I also have a fight with a pair of tweezers and stone. There you go, glued it to my finger. And I pulled it off and still fought the blooming tweezers. And then I'm like, stay, don't move, stay there. And it did as it's told. And I'm just putting a little stone there too. And this is my little duck. Like a tiny duck. So I'm going to also put some flowers on. That is my link for you to subscribe on the TV if you need to. Just pause and take a photo and Bob's your uncle. And now I'm just adding my teeny tiny flowers. Got these off Timo, I think. I love them. I mean, I go around nicking flowers from everywhere I can and dry my own, but I can't find any that stay this nicely coloured, and I wanted fantasy, not just bog standard colours. Although I suppose I could paint myself. That'd be a good idea. So that's all done, but now here I have some really bad clay. Cheap, horrible, yucky clay. And I'm trying to figure out which colour would match well, not match, but contrast against everything else. So I chose this one and fought with the packaging to try and get it open. And then realised there was a part that I should just grab, and then I did it. And I need to condition it a bit. So I'm having to roll it in my hands and make a shape. And this was going to be some sort of sprite. And no, it ended up something completely different. So I don't know. My head told me sprite and my hands told me something different. It was like, nope, this is what you got to do. and it needs to have a cheeky bum. So yeah, it's got a bum, and it's a cute little bum. It's a very cute little bum, cheeky bum. And then it ends up having legs, arms, and a pointy head. And it ends up being a starfish. So I think alien starfish, really. And I've not glued this down because it can be positioned so it's half on the steps, it can be positioned in the pond, or it can be put on the outside of the pond because it stands by itself, which I was quite pleased with. So yeah, the stuff's not great to work with, but it does look cute. I mean, it started off with arms, but then it ended up with points. So yeah, so now I'm trying to make it so you can see it a bit better. And I'm just faffing for ages doing this with a little pokey tool. I know there's a proper name for it, but I just call it pokey tool because it's the first thing that comes into my mind. Now, it started looking off. I start off with like it had got a beard rather than a belly. And I wanted it to have a big belly and a big bum and big eyes. So yeah, it was supposed to be some sort of weird little sprite thing, but it's not. It's a starfish. And the eyes, I put in some grey because I hadn't got any white in the cheap stuff. And to be fair, I quite like it because it looks like it's in the night time. So I kind of think it works. And I also use a little bit of black. That little packet there is a piece that I've used before to make a piece of jewellery, and I like the pattern in it, so I just used it anyway. And I'm still faffing with this bum. It just isn't cheeky enough. I want a cheeky bum. I think it's cute. And it's starting to take shape now, although Buddha comes to mind at some point. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, you're going to be this. Yes. So take no notice of the state of it right now, because I still haven't finished. I'm still going to faff about with it. I mean, his head's a bit flat here, and his points aren't on yet. And yeah, so I do the eyes. And I think it's the eyes that made me think, no, you need something, you need to be someone else. And that's what I like about clay. You start one thing and it ends up something completely different. And that was me just making sure it was the right size. So now I'm pulling out his legs to give it some more pointiness and definition on his bum. It's just so cute. And I'm pointing his hands, and then I'm looking at it thinking, oh, it needs a point on his head. Yes, he needs a point on his head. He's going to be like a Patrick starfish, but cuter. Like a baby Patrick, I suppose. But yeah, it is cute. But I won't bore you with the baking and sticking it together. You'll just see the photos at the end, and I hope you like what you see. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out the playlist below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much for being here. Bye bye.
Shadows light the scene. Goth unicorn with a blackened wing. Happy she dances under